So today is a big day, or potentially big day, because I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen. But if all goes according to plan, I will be purchasing my 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road from Toyota Carlsbad. Funny enough, it's actually the 4th of July today, so wild day to potentially be buying a new truck. But if all goes well, hopefully tonight we can not only celebrate America's birthday, but also this new truck. As much as I was getting distracted with this Land Cruiser that was parked front and center when I drove in, my eyes and budget were set on a Tacoma, which, as you can see, there were some contenders here on the lot, but mine was actually one I ordered. So when I got to the dealership, they pulled it from out back. All right, you guys, first up, color reveal. Underground. Underground is the color I like most in the 2024 Tacoma lineup. I also like blue crushed metallic, bronze oxide, but there is something absolutely special to me about underground. I don't know, just my personal preference. Now, of course, before purchasing and getting too excited and ahead of myself, inspecting a new vehicle is very important. So they moved it out into the sun so I could take a long and hard look in good lighting. All right, first thing, gonna check, because this is the one thing I really was like waiting for my TRD off-road. Stabilizer bar disconnect mechanism, and yep, it has it. I see it. But then also, like, to double check, there's a button for it, so that's good. And premium package, which was the only other package I was specifically looking at. So we've got the soft tech seats. This is the one with all the options I was looking for. I guess now it's time to just like thoroughly inspect everything, make sure it all looks good. So you can see there's like definitely orange peel here, but my third gen has this too. And I'm pretty sure this is intentional to protect this area more since it gets hit with like rocks and stuff, like especially this area right here. If you got big front tires, rocks and stuff will totally chip out this area. So that's why they also have this like paint protection film there too. But regardless, you still want to look at like the paint quality. It looks pretty even all around. So like one thing I kind of wish I checked in my third gen a little more thoroughly was how the body panels all lined up. On my third gen, the rear bumper caps like don't line up evenly. They're kind of a little off center, but I think this one is all pretty even. Now I know how to check for panel gaps and everything. I feel like I'm David from Automotive Press. I need my little panel measuring tool to make sure everything lines up. The reason that's important, the reason that he says that's important, is because it tells a lot about how well this vehicle was assembled. So regardless of the engineering, you don't want a poorly assembled vehicle. But yeah, everything looks really, really good on this truck from what I can tell. It's kind of interesting sitting in one of these full production models because most, if not all, of the 2024 Tacomas that I've test driven have been pre-productions, and many of those don't have, you know, finishes on the door panels, on the front end. But this is what it's like, of course, when you're buying one fully assembled. So yeah, it looks really good. Honestly, pretty impressed. Not that the pre-production they drove were like bad or anything, but just seeing everything in its completed form and what the truck was meant to be like, it's very, very nice. So you can see, no orange wires. I didn't get the hybrid version. This is just the gas model. Wow, spark plugs are easy to get to. They're all just right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Batteries over here now. Air intakes over here. Definitely got to put on the TRD cold air intake kit like I did with my other truck. Looks like ECU's right here. Is that the ECU? I think so. It says ECT. Master cylinder still over there. Yeah, but I'm excited to do a spark plug change on this. This is gonna be a lot easier. No, the engine cover is not gone. It's not like they took it off and I'm missing it. These trucks just don't come with engine covers anymore, but you've got this hood liner instead. One of the other things I was like really curious about, if the glove box had this issue. And I say issue because what the sales guy told me was this actually was intentional because if you're tall, I'm gonna exaggerate this movement, and the seats move like way, way far up. You can see if your knee were to hit the glove box, there's a little bit of give so you don't just slam your knee all in. And I think this truly was intentional because if you open the glove box, you can see that there's these little springs in here. So it doesn't look like an oversight or something that the factory did a bad job with. I think this is truly just part of the design. It doesn't rattle when you drive. And speaking of drive, I did take the truck on a test drive, although to be fully honest, I did not want to focus too much on filming. And also my emotions were all over the place this day, just both being very excited, but also nervous, of course, because this was a huge decision for me. I really wanted to make sure everything was good on this truck, so no footage of me test driving, but I did end up having a good test drive, really liking it, and... Alright you guys, so it's happening. I'm about to go in, sign some papers. I don't know if I can take you in, but it's happening. So you guys, this obviously ended up being the one. Thankfully, the sales process was smooth thanks to Jeff at Toyota Carlsbad, who you'll see in a second. And once I got my truck, he gave me the removable JBL speaker that it comes with, and also the keys.
So one of the nice things about the new 2024 Tacoma, you get two different options. You have your physical key, which you're probably used to on your traditional Tacoma. You can have your key card, which you can open up.
That is cool.
Very cool. And then you also have, if you have your application, you can do it by remote digital key.
No way.
So check that out.
Unlock.
Come on in.
Thank you. So thank you, Jeff, so much for making this whole process so easy. This is the second vehicle I bought here from Toyota Carlsbad. I love my first Tacoma I bought from you, and I'm really excited about this one. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, Chloe. I know you did a lot of stuff with your old Tacoma, so we're excited to see what you do with your new one. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you may know that this is my OG Tacoma, my 2019. And if you're wondering if it was traded in for the new one, I am very grateful to say I was able to keep it. Here's proof of it getting driven home when taking my new Tacoma home too. And in another video, I'll talk about now why I have two Tacomas, but basically Gen 3 is here to stay, and the new Gen 4 is just yet another project. Now that I'm home, let's get into first impressions, my plans for this truck on the channel, and of course, the sticker, packages, options, and the price. All right, you guys, it made it here, it made it home, it's in the garage, and I was actually really curious how this would fit in the garage because it feels like a slightly bigger truck. But that may just be because of the height. I feel like it's a little bit taller than a stock Gen 3. If I remember correctly too, it's also got a larger bed volume. And also the last couple of days I've been getting used to the fact that it has these like giant, massive, chunky door handles, and all throughout these giant, massive grab handle and this giant shift knob, and also even like the steering wheel. Look, I can like barely wrap my hand around some parts of it. God, there's gotta be like so many electronics in this thing. Oh, also, speaking of massive things, check this out. I totally forgot that these Tacomas now have like these massive one-piece drive shafts, kind of like the new Tundras do. I actually really like that though, because there's less things to go wrong. So I don't want to turn this entire video into a review of the 2024 Tacoma because I've posted lots of videos about that already here on the channel in the past year. I have a Gen 4 Tacoma playlist that I'll link down below if you are interested in watching some of my review videos. But just so far, after my first couple of trips driving it, actually as an owner, I am absolutely loving it. It is a vastly different experience than, say, driving my Gen 3 Tacoma. And one thing I am definitely having to get used to is all the tech. I don't know if you guys saw the bajillion keys from when I was at the dealership that I got for this truck. I actually think this is an interesting thing worth talking about because I had no idea about all this stuff until I actually got my truck. But yeah, there's 2 of these key fobs and they do come with a manual key. And then the other one is this digital key on the Toyota app, which lets you use Bluetooth when you're close by because it's pretty fast, but then Wi-Fi when you're further away, since I do notice that it takes longer. There's lots of different controls. I'm actually trying this out for the very first time. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not sure if the hazards worked. Oh, see, there's just like a giant delay. These commands are getting like queued up or something. I mean, all this stuff is kind of cool. Obviously there's a lot of controls, but what you get is kind of twofold here because yes, this is cool, but if you start like tapping around, sorry guys, I have to like blur the screen because it's showing where my location is. But you can see that there's like a lot of information and data being taken, so definitely gonna opt out of that. But yeah, if you guys want a full video on all the tech aspects, let me know because there's definitely a lot to talk about and a lot going on, especially if you're coming from an older model Tacoma like I did that didn't have any of this stuff. But thought I'd show you this because this is all new to me too. Also, I did take home the sticker that has all the packages listed that came on this truck, including of course the ones I ordered, but also it has probably what you guys are more interested in, the total MSRP. So to give you guys a little more context of every single option that actually came on this truck and its associated price, we have the base truck, which is a 4x4 TRD off-road short bed. It's the iForce 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, non-hybrid, it's the full gas model, automatic transmission. That base manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, on the base truck before all the optional packages is $42,900. All right, so that's just where we're starting, and now going through all the packages. FE, I believe every single truck comes with this. It's the 50 state emissions. It looks like no associated cost for that. MG mud guards, not something I originally had in this order, but to be honest with you guys, it's a pretty small thing. Something I might have put on the truck anyways. That is $60. I don't think that's super unreasonable for an OEM part personally. All right, now we have the big kicker right here, OF. OF is the TRD off-road premium package, and this is a bundle of a lot of different options. So starting out, it's the Softex trim seats with heated and ventilated 8-way power adjustable front seats. So not leather, it's Softex, slightly different material. A lot of people like Softex a little bit better because it is more durable, it feels nice. To a lot of people, it looks and seems as premium as leather, but those are a big part of the premium package. We've got a leather trimmed heated steering wheel, that giant iPad 14-inch multimedia display, actually like bigger than an iPad. I have an iPad and it's like an 11-inch. Multi-terrain monitor, which is one of the big reasons I wanted a TRD off-road or a TRD Pro or Trail Hunter in the first place. JBL premium audio with that JBL Flex portable speaker. Also a moonroof, pre-wired auxiliary switches, excited about those, being a tinker and a DIYer. AC power inverter, very, very useful. Digital rear view mirror, which to be honest with you guys, I think it's cool, but I'm still getting used to that one. Towing technology package, including the integrated trailer brake controller. There's of course the power open and close tailgate and power horizontal rear window. That is everything that comes in the TRD off-road premium package. Quite a bit of stuff, and because of that, quite a big price. That tacks on $8,800. And that was a package I ordered on this truck because I wanted multi-terrain monitor and I wanted leather or Softex seats for my dog. Back when I bought my 3rd gen, not getting the premium package, which came with leather from the factory, was something I kind of regretted, although it was out of budget for me at the time. Me personally, I know it's a lot, but I see the benefit from my last truck, so let's go for it. Next package, SF, the stabilizer disconnect mechanism, SDM. This is an option I wanted even more than the premium package. I was not going to compromise on my SDM. After test driving this truck off-road, I see the benefits of having the SDM. It was a must-have for me, and I think this specific option wasn't available in some of the early 2024 Tacomas. I mean, this is still an early 2024 Tacoma, but when they were very first coming out at the beginning of the year, I didn't see a lot of TRD off-roads built with the SF. This is a package that I'm seeing more and more often now, so maybe there was some delay while building that into these trucks from the factory, and maybe was the reason that it took a couple months between ordering a truck and actually having one delivered with that option. But anyways, price on that, $1,230. Expensive, but it isn't really an option you can add after the fact, which is why I was adamant on having it. All right, we got a couple more packages. D5 door edge guards, $155. Another kind of small one, but you get these like protective color match door edge guards, which it wasn't something I didn't want, it was just something extra. DK, the owner's portfolio. I think every single truck, of course, is going to come with an owner's portfolio. And then the last one, T9 tailgate insert in the color gunmetal, $89. I do really like the way these tailgate inserts look, especially the gunmetal color is a little bit different than just getting, you know, the classic black inserts. But at the same time, I would have just gone to Tough Skins and ordered some tailgate inserts for probably cheaper than that. So if you take the base MSRP and add up all the packages, the MSRP then comes to $53,234. Whew, and that's not even it, because then you've got your delivery, processing, and handling fee, which for my region, and I don't know if this is the same across all regions, was $1,495. I will say, I like to joke that these trucks are practically homemade because San Diego, of course, is a border town to Baja California, where these trucks are and have been manufactured. But anyways, okay. Total suggested retail price with that delivery, processing, and handling fee comes out to a big $54,729. So yeah, pretty insane, pretty wild. But what probably matters more is what I actually paid. So did I have to pay a markup? Did I get a deal on it? Or did I end up paying the MSRP of $54,729. I'm actually going to be revealing the exact price I ended up settling on and paying for this truck in my upcoming video. It'll probably be my next video. Not because I want to keep that information from you guys, because I do actually think it's worth sharing. And of course, a lot of you guys are going to be interested. I'm sure it's like the #1 question. But I actually just have a lot to say on this topic and a lot of opinions about Tacoma pricing in general, dealership markups, and actually a couple of months ago, I had the pleasure of talking to and interviewing on camera Marcus Umlauf, the general manager of truck strategy of Toyota Motor North America, literally about customers getting price gouge, Toyota's commitment to dealerships rather than a direct-to-consumer sort of sales strategy. I know all that stuff is kind of a hot topic, so I feel like it deserves its own video. But in that, I will be sharing the exact price I paid for this truck and kind of documenting my firsthand own experience with buying a brand new Toyota truck here in 2024. So you guys know I absolutely love building these trucks and modifying them, but I always kind of held back from building my 2019 to the max because I wanted it to always be this kind of like hybrid daily driver to my corporate job, but also a venture rig for me. I put all-terrain tires on it, but really the max size I ran for a long time was 31s. I put really nice Fox shocks on it, tuned by AccuTune off-road, and gave it a mild lift and everything. I would say I definitely enhanced it from its stock form, but I did not go too wild. But now that I have this truck, I'm totally going to lean into a more off-road oriented build for it than I did with my 2019. I'd also like to start transitioning to using my 2024 instead of my 2019 for all of my off-road driving lessons, which shout out to my driving instructor, Jess. She's been coaching me. It's been a lot of fun. Love you, girl. But yeah, I'll keep the 2019, do most of my daily driving in it, do, some mild stuff in it still. And as promised to you guys, still make videos all about the Gen 3 Tacoma and continue building it, adding modifications on it, because I do love that truck. It is definitely going to be a lifer for me. I would love to get your guys' feedback on what videos you want to see, maybe some comparisons between the two generations. I know I've also had a lot of people ask me why I was okay with buying a first-year model truck, because that's always kind of risky. I've also had a lot of people ask me what I think about the turbocharged 4-cylinder engine in this truck compared to the V6 in my other Tacoma. What mods you guys want to see first, which of course I've already got a big list in my notes app of everything I want to and plan to do on this truck, and I'm actually about to place a huge order from Sparks Parts for some OEM parts. I just feel like there's so much to talk about this truck. There's been so much stewing in my brain, but I just want to end with the fact that I know this YouTube channel was definitely a huge part in propelling me into a position to fulfill my dream to purchase this truck. So thank you guys so much for all your support, all your love over the years in making all these videos. I do know that it's highly likely that I still would have ended up purchasing a 4th gen Tacoma, regardless if I was making videos here on YouTube or not, because I truly do love this truck. I have very high hopes for it, just like I did when I bought my Gen 3 before I started this whole YouTube channel. But it still was, in all honesty, a little bit scary buying something so expensive, and lots of nights of staying up late till 4 or 5 a.m. editing YouTube videos and having to go to work the next morning. But I'd be lying if I failed to mention your guys' views, likes, supports, comments, everything on this channel definitely helped me purchase this truck sooner than I might have expected. So I am very grateful, and the least I can do for you guys is make good quality content for you. So definitely let me know what you want to see in the comments down below. At the end of the day, I just love this community, which is why I still do this. My YouTube channel has given me some very cool opportunities to meet like-minded people and share experiences, talk about the endless amount of things about, you know, this similar hobby we all have. That is what, to me, it's really all about at the end of the day. So that's the 2024 Tacoma. All right, lots of videos coming soon. Stay tuned, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.